Success does not arrive like a gift that asks nothing from you. It asks for payment, not punishment, not pressure, but payment in the form of effort, honesty, discipline, patience, and the courage to keep going when comfort would rather have you stop. You may have wanted the kind of success that comes quickly, softly, and without cost. But real growth asks for something from you first. It asks you to become steady before you become visible. It asks you to change what you repeat before it changes what you receive. That is not cruelty. That is the way meaningful things are built. Breathe with me for a moment. The good news is that the price is not meant to crush you. It is meant to shape you. Every meaningful result in your life has a hidden cost. Time spent practicing, energy spent focusing, pride spent surrendering, fear spent releasing, and old habits spent replacing. You've already paid some of that price just by surviving, learning, and continuing to listen. But now you're being invited to pay more consciously, not with despair, with intention, not with self-punishment, with responsibility. You can do that. You are more capable than the tired part of your mind wants to believe. Remember this truth. By now, pay later does not work for the kind of success your soul truly wants. You can borrow a feeling of progress for a while, but eventually life asks for the missing work. If you keep taking shortcuts with your habits, your results will eventually reveal the debt. If you keep ignoring the inner cost, the outer cost will come due. That is why so many people feel stuck while still hoping to move forward. They want the harvest without the planting, the strength without the practice, the confidence without the repetition. But your life is wiser than that. It knows when something has been skipped. You do not need shame to understand this. You need clarity. Shame says, you are behind, you are failing, you are weak. Clarity says, this is the cost, and you can still choose to pay it today. That difference matters. The Creator has placed in you the ability to respond rather than collapse. You may not have paid enough attention in the past. That can be changed. You may have chosen comfort over growth. That can be changed. You may have let convenience silence your deeper goals. That can be changed too. The door is still open, but it opens through action. Listen to this. The payment for success is often quiet. It looks like waking up earlier than you feel like waking up. It looks like saying no to what distracts you. It looks like practicing again when no one applauds. It looks like apologizing when your pride wants to defend itself. It looks like choosing water, rest, focus, and truth over noise, numbness, and delay. These are small payments, but they are real. They are how a life is funded. You do not need to pay all at once. You only need to pay honestly, one faithful choice at a time. There's a deep mercy in understanding this now. Mercy is not letting you pretend forever. Mercy is showing you the bill before it becomes a crisis. Mercy is the voice that says, you can still turn this around. You can still build what you hoped for, but you must build it with your hands, your habits, and your heart. No one else can live your repetitions for you. No one else can make your decision each morning. No one else can become disciplined in your place. But you do not need to do it alone. You are being accompanied by strength greater than your fear. Feel it in your soul. The mind always wants the reward before the responsibility. That is human, yet growth reverses that order. Responsibility first, reward later. Practice first, proof later. Sacrifice first, peace later. You may wish the order were kinder, but often kindness is hidden inside the order itself. If the reward arrived before the work, you would not be able to hold it well. The work prepares the hands, the heart, and the character. It stretches your capacity. It teaches you how to protect what you receive. So when success asks for payment, it is also preparing you to keep what comes. You might have wondered why some people appear to advance while still living carelessly. It can be tempting to compare, but comparison is a poor accountant. It ignores hidden costs, hidden losses, hidden pressure, hidden emptiness. What looks easy from the outside may be expensive on the inside. What looks slow in your life may actually be solid, honest, and lasting. Do not envy what has not yet been proven. You're not being measured by speed alone. You're being shaped for endurance. Endurance is valuable because it keeps your success from becoming a burden you cannot carry. Endurance makes blessing usable. Breathe with me for a moment. If you have been frustrated by how much effort real change requires, do not be discouraged by that effort. Effort is not evidence that you're doing it wrong. Effort is evidence that you're moving beyond what was automatic. Every habit you change will resist for a while. Every pattern you interrupt will whisper that the old way was easier. That is why success feels expensive at first. You are paying in discomfort what you once paid in regret. The first cost is temporary. The second can last much longer. Choose the temporary cost. It is wiser. The Creator has placed in you a conscience that notices when you are avoiding the true price. That inner signal may feel uncomfortable, but it is loving. It tells you when your life is drifting from your values. It tells you when you are asking for results without alignment. It tells you when you keep saying you want change while protecting the habits that block it. Listen to that signal. Do not drown it with entertainment, busyness, or excuses. Conscience is not your enemy. It is a guide trying to save your life from avoidable debt. It points toward the honest path. Some of you have already felt the cost of postponing what mattered. You felt the tension of delayed decisions. You felt the ache of repeated starts that never became momentum. You felt the disappointment of watching time pass while dreams waited in the background. That pain is real, but it does not have to continue. You can stop taking out emotional loans that your future self must repay with stress. You can start living in a way that honors the future now. That means fewer lies to yourself, fewer promises made in fantasy, more small actions that actually move the story forward. Listen to this. There's a form of self-betrayal that many people call rest, but it is really avoidance. There's also a form of discipline that many people call hard, but it is really love. Do not confuse the two. Real rest restores you so you can act with more clarity. Avoidance merely delays what still needs attention. Real discipline protects your future. Harshness only exhausts you. When you choose what truly serves you, you are not being severe. You are being honest. You are saying that the life you want is worth the effort it asks of you. And it is. You may not feel ready to pay the full price today. That is okay. Readiness is often built by movement, not before it. Take the first payment you can make. 10 focused minutes. 1 honest conversation. 1 boundary. 1 apology. 1 completed task. 1 less distraction. 1 more stretch of silence before reacting. These are not insignificant. They are deposits. They begin the account. They teach your life that you are serious about your future. And when your future sees that seriousness, it begins to respond. Progress often starts with a choice so small that only your soul notices it at first. Remember this truth. The fear of effort is often worse than the effort itself. Once you begin, the burden is usually lighter than your imagination claimed. The mind loves to inflate pain before you move. It says this will be too much. This will be too slow. This will take everything. But many of your hardest tasks become manageable once your hands are on them. The real challenge is the doorway. Crossing from intention into action feels heavier than the action itself. So do not let the doorway deceive you. Step through it. The room beyond is often calmer than expected. There's a quiet dignity in paying the price willingly. When you choose discipline on purpose, you stop feeling like a victim of your own delays. You become an author again. You stop saying life is happening to you and start recognizing where life is inviting you to participate. That shift changes everything. It brings back agency. It reminds you that you are not only waiting for results, you're helping shape them. This does not make you alone. It makes you active. The Creator has trusted you with influence over your next chapter. Use that trust well. Breathe with me for a moment. You do not need to become harsh to become successful. You do not need to punish your body, your mind, or your spirit. Payment does not mean cruelty. It means alignment. It means giving your life what it needs, even when the easier path would rather postpone it. Sleep when you need rest. Study when you need focus. Practice when you need skill. Be still when you need clarity. Speak truth when you need freedom. Those payments are not losses. They're investments. And investments return more peace than any shortcut ever could. There's a reason shortcuts feel attractive. They promise relief from the very thing that builds strength. But strength cannot be borrowed forever. If your foundation is not paid for with honest effort, it eventually reveals the gap. The walls may look fine for a moment, but under pressure, hidden debt becomes visible. That is why wise people respect process. They understand that what is built carefully can be held carefully. What is rushed often asks for repairs later. You do not have to fear the process. You can trust it. It is how stability enters a life. Feel in your soul. You're not being asked to buy success with suffering alone. You're being asked to exchange lesser costs for greater ones. Lesser cost, constant guilt. Greater cost, focused work. Lesser cost, endless regret. Greater cost, one difficult step. Lesser cost, distractions that numb. Greater cost, attention that heals. Lesser cost, staying in the same pain. Greater cost, change. The better payment may feel harder in the moment, but it creates a future with less hidden strain. That future is worth working for. It is worth every honest deposit you choose today. You may be carrying the weight of past unpaid costs. Maybe you know that some of the stress in your life came from things you kept avoiding. That can be sobering, but it can also be freeing. When you know what created the weight, you can stop pretending the weight came from nowhere. Then you can begin to release it piece by piece. Start where you are. Clean one corner. Repair one habit. Tell one truth. Let one unnecessary burden go. The path forward is not mystery alone. It is often simple, though not always easy. Simple can still be sacred. The Creator has not placed you here to live forever in debt to your own hesitation. You are allowed to become someone who pays attention early. You are allowed to become someone who chooses growth before crisis. You are allowed to become someone who treats yesterday's warning as today's wisdom. That kind of living is powerful. It reduces drama. It increases peace. It makes your energy available for what matters. When you pay the right costs early, you save your heart from later breakdowns. That is not fear. That is loving stewardship of your life. Listen to this. The most expensive thing in the world is often not the effort you can see. It is the effort you avoid. Avoided effort becomes delayed peace, delayed clarity, delayed confidence, delayed stability. The bill may not arrive immediately, but it arrives. That is why your willingness matters so much. Willingness says, I will face the cost now rather than let it become bigger later. Willingness is humble and strong at the same time. It does not need to impress anyone. It simply keeps moving, and that movement begins to change the atmosphere around your life. There will be days when you feel tired of paying, tired of showing up, tired of resisting old habits, tired of learning lessons the hard way. When that happens, do not tell yourself that effort is pointless. Tell yourself that effort is the bridge. Tell yourself that the bridge is taking you somewhere your excuses never could. Rest when needed, yes. Restore your strength, yes. But do not confuse a pause with surrender. You are still on the journey. Your next faithful action matters. One more step matters. One more honest choice matters. That is how futures are made. Remember this truth. Success is not only what you receive. It is what you become capable of sustaining. If you want peace, you must be willing to pay with attention. If you want health, you must be willing to pay with care. If you want wisdom, you must be willing to pay with humility. If you want strength, you must be willing to pay with repetition. If you want trust, you must be willing to pay with honesty. These costs are not losses. They're the structure that allows blessings to last. Shortcuts may arrive faster, but they rarely stay. You do not need to fear the payment because the payment is shaping you. The habits you build now will stand beside you later when life becomes heavier. That is the hidden gift. Discipline today becomes peace tomorrow. Clear choices today become confidence tomorrow. Honest effort today becomes stability tomorrow. The work is not just about getting somewhere. It is about becoming someone who can remain there without collapsing. That is why success expects payment now. It is preparing you for a life that can actually hold the fruit it produces. That preparation is love in action. Breathe with me for a moment. If you have been resisting the price because it feels too high, ask whether the cost of not paying is higher. Ask whether the hidden cost of delay has already been draining your joy. Ask whether the repeated stress in your life comes from underinvestment in what matters. These questions are not meant to overwhelm you. They're meant to wake you up kindly. Once you know the true cost, you can choose with more wisdom. And wisdom, even when uncomfortable, is gentler than continuing in avoidable pain. There is hope in this. You are not starting from zero just because you are starting differently. Everything you have learned, even through mistakes, can help you now. The realization itself is part of the payment. Awareness is a deposit. Honesty is a deposit. A changed choice is a deposit. Do not despise small beginnings. They are often the only beginnings that last. Keep paying attention. Keep practicing. Keep showing up. The result you want may not be instant, but it is not imaginary. It grows where faithful effort is repeated with care. It grows where your yes remains honest. The Creator has placed in you a strength that becomes visible when you stop negotiating with your own avoidance. That strength is not loud. It is steady. It is the strength to begin again. The strength to apologize. The strength to say no. The strength to stay focused for one more hour. The strength to keep a promise to yourself. The strength to face one difficult truth without making it into a disaster. That strength is enough to move your life. Do not wait for a louder version of courage. Use the quieter one you already have. Feel it in your soul. Your future is being negotiated by the choices you make now. This is why payment matters. What you pay with today becomes the shape of tomorrow. Pay with distractions, and tomorrow becomes scattered. Pay with honesty, and tomorrow becomes clearer. Pay with avoidance, and tomorrow becomes heavier. Pay with discipline, and tomorrow becomes freer. You're already paying something. The only question is what kind of future your payment is building. Let that question guide you. Let it help you spend your energy where it brings life, not where it leaks away. There is mercy in getting the message early. Not everyone does. Some wait until the cost is crushing. You are hearing the warning while there is still time to change the outcome. That is a kindness. Treat it like one. Do not waste the warning by admiring it and then remaining the same. Let it move you. Let it steady you. Let it call you upward. You are allowed to become more serious about your own life. Serious does not mean joyless. It means you care enough to protect what is precious. And your life is precious. Listen to this. Buy now, pay later is a trap when it comes to the soul. The soul cannot be tricked forever. It remembers the unpaid debts of neglected habits, ignored truths, and postponed obedience. But you can break the pattern. Start paying what you can pay now. Attention, effort, time, boundaries, rest, learning, prayer in your own way, honest reflection. These payments build something real. They protect your heart from future regret. They also teach you that you can handle more than the fearful part of your mind claimed. You're stronger than the stall. You may not see the full outcome yet, and that is okay. The seed does not see the harvest before the soil does its work. Trust the hidden process. Trust the quiet repetitions. Trust the small acts that no one applauds. They matter. They are building the life you keep asking for. Not all payment is visible. Some of it is internal. Every time you resist the old habit, every time you choose clarity over confusion, every time you rest before you break, you're making a payment toward a healthier future. Keep going. Keep investing. Remember this truth: success is not cruel, but it is honest. It will not reward what never gets built. It will not bless what remains imaginary forever. It asks for partnership. It asks for movement. It asks for your participation. That is a good thing. It means your life is not random. It means your choices matter. It means your future can be shaped by consistent care. If you have been waiting for some magical turn without changing the foundation, this is your sign to begin now. Not perfectly, not dramatically, but truly and with purpose. Now let this settle in you. You are not being charged because you are failing. You are being invited because you are capable. Capability is a gift. Use it gently. Use it wisely. Choose the payment that builds you rather than drains you. Give your focus to what matters. Give your effort to what lasts. Give your heart a chance to grow stronger through honest work. Then, when the reward arrives, you will be ready to hold it without fear. That readiness is part of success too. It is the peace that comes from knowing you paid the right price. So today, breathe, reflect, and ask what payment your future needs from you now. Maybe it is one disciplined hour. Maybe it is one honest conversation. Maybe it is one boundary, one apology, one task, one rest, one prayer, one less excuse. Let the answer be simple and real. The Creator is not asking for impossible perfection, only willingness. If this message helped you, take a quiet moment to reflect or connect with the divine in your own way. And if it spoke to your heart, please like, comment, and subscribe for more daily guidance, comfort, and encouragement. And before you move on, remember this: every meaningful success asks for something from you now, not someday. That payment is not meant to break you. It is meant to build you into someone who can carry the reward well. Choose the cost that creates peace instead of regret. Choose the habit that strengthens your future instead of borrowing from it. Reflect on what this means for you today, breathe, pray, or connect with the divine in your own way, and take one honest step forward. If this message met you where you are, please like, comment, and subscribe for more daily guidance, comfort, and encouragement. Your next disciplined choice can become the beginning of a stronger, steadier, more peaceful life. There is another part of the payment that matters, and it is often overlooked. You have to pay with honesty about what you truly want. Not what looks impressive, not what other people celebrate, what your soul actually wants. Because if you keep chasing what does not fit you, even hard-earned success can feel empty. So ask yourself gently, what am I really building here? Is it peace? Is it freedom? Is it stability? Is it a life that lets my heart breathe? That question clarifies the cost. It helps you spend your energy on the right kind of success. You may also need to pay with boundaries. Some dreams cannot grow in crowded soil. Some habits cannot survive in a protected life. Some distractions have to be turned away so your focus can stay alive. That turning away may feel uncomfortable at first, but it is a payment that protects everything else. Boundaries are not walls against love. They are doors that keep your time, mind, and heart from being scattered. When you guard what matters, you give your future room to mature. It is part of loving yourself with discipline. Listen to this. Consistency is one of the most valuable currencies you can spend. It may look ordinary, but it changes everything. A little effort repeated becomes a life changed. A small practice repeated becomes a new identity. A short prayer repeated becomes a calm mind. A simple habit repeated becomes a strong foundation. Do not wait for a dramatic surge of motivation. Let consistency carry you on the days motivation is low. Consistency pays the bill that talent alone cannot pay. It turns good intentions into real results, and real results into deeper confidence. The Creator has placed in you the ability to recover when you fall short. That means the bill is not the end of the story. If you miss a day, you can return. If you make a poor choice, you can repair. If you have wasted time, you can begin again with wiser use of the next hour. Recovery is part of the payment too. It is how growth stays alive after imperfection. So do not use one lapse to justify a whole season of delay. Return quickly. Return honestly. Return without drama. That return is powerful. Breathe with me for a moment. You're not being asked to carry the whole burden of your future in one breath. You're being asked to make the next faithful move. The mind loves to turn success into a mountain you must conquer at once. But mountains are climbed by steps, not by fantasies. One step, then another, then another. Each step pays a little more. Each step builds a little more. Each step proves that you are not stuck where fear wanted to leave you.